Oh hey! Welcome back to Progressive D&D. The other day, I saw an interesting post about RPG safety tools and their use pop up on Facebook. As you can imagine, there was a lot of interesting back and forth in the comments, but there also seemed to be a lot of misunderstanding what these tools are and what they're for. So I thought it might be fun to do a little research on safety tools and consent list. These tools can be as simple as an X card, they can be as detailed as a list of triggers, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I hope you find this as interesting as I did, and maybe take pieces away that can enhance your game and story for your players. One thing I had to be reminded of is that we don't know what life experiences our players have had. And if I can spend just a few minutes to help protect my friends, isn't that worth it? First things first, why do we need safety tools and consent lists in our D&D games? Well, D&D is about creativity and imagination, but sometimes our stories can touch on themes that might be uncomfortable or triggering for some players. Safety tools help ensure everyone at the table feels safe and respected, making the game more enjoyable for everyone. Let's start with some of the most common safety tools like the X card. This is a simple card that anyone can tap or raise if something in the game makes them feel uncomfortable. No questions asked, the content gets skipped and changed. It's like having a magical nope button at your fingertips. Next, we have lines and veils. Think of lines as hard boundaries, topics that are completely off limits. Veils, on the other hand, are more like fade to black moments. Scenes that can happen but aren't described in detail. It's a great way to handle sensitive content without becoming the focus of the game. Then there's rewind, pause, and fast forward. Rewind lets you go back and redo a scene if it gets uncomfortable. Pause is like hitting the brakes on a scene and to discuss how to proceed. Fast forward is used to skip over parts that might be dragging or getting too intense. Cut and break work similarly. Much like the X card method, cut is used to stop the action entirely, while break is a way to slow things down if they're getting too intense. These tools ensure everyone stays on the same page and comfortable with the pace of the game. Finally, the open door policy. This one is pretty straightforward. Anyone can leave the game at any time if they need to. It's about respecting personal limits and understanding that real life comes first. It is useful if the player can provide feedback to the DM though. How are us DMs supposed to grow if we are not given the opportunity to know if or when we slipped up? Now let's talk about consent list. I did some research on a variety of consent forms out on the interweb. These are usually simple forms players fill out before the game, noting any topics they want to avoid or handle with care. And here's the thing, they don't need to be a 10-page document signed in triplicate. Keep it short and sweet and to the point. A one-pager that covers all the topics and just takes a couple of minutes to do can do the trick. See? Not scary at all. One cool idea I see listed on most consent forms, and perhaps a consent list could even stop with this in some situations, is to ask, if this was a movie, what would you want the rating to be? G, PG-13, NC-17? I think as a DM that would help me a lot in determining the direction we all go in the storytelling. But what about using these tools in game stores or at conventions? In these settings, you often play with people you've never met before. So having safety tools in place can make everyone feel more comfortable and willing to engage. It's like having a social contract that says, hey, we're all here to have fun and respect each other's boundaries. Now, what if you're one of those players who doesn't feel the need for safety tools? And that's completely valid. We need to respect those who say anything goes as much as those we want to protect from triggering moments. However, here are a few tips. First, remember that these tools are for everyone's benefit, not just yours. It's about creating a space where all players can feel safe. Second, even if you're comfortable with everything, your fellow players might not be. Show empathy and support for their boundaries. And lastly, think of safety tools as a way to enhance, not hinder your gaming experience. They can lead to richer, more enjoyable stories by ensuring everyone's on board and engaged. So there you have it, D&D safety tools and consent list. Keep them handy, keep them simple, and most importantly, keep your games fun and safe for everyone. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more tips and tricks, and share your own experiences with safety tools in the comments below. Till next time, keep rolling those dice.